It is hard to believe that Thanksgiving time is here yet again.
Yeah, it is hard to believe, and the meal that comes with it is coming along.
Well, we went out and we picked out 2 wines for you that we think will go great on your dinner table. The first is Boundary Breaks 239 Riesling. This is a dry Riesling. They call it 239 because that's the number of the clone that was used, the type of Riesling grape that was used to make this wine.
Yeah, so very interesting. One thing to consider when you're picking out wines for Thanksgiving is you want something that isn't really heavy on alcohol. You don't want a lot of tannins for a red wine. You want some brightness, but nothing that's very complex. So I get some smokiness with it. Some lime or citrus.
There's a nice, crisp, grass-like nose.
Bright, clean, fresh.
Crisp.
Oh, crisp.
Very nice. Boundary Breaks, on their website, it says that they consider this one of their finest Rieslings they've ever made.
Yeah, and Wine Enthusiast rated it 92 points, which says a lot right there, and it is really a delightful wine. This should go really, really well with all the dishes that you have on your Thanksgiving table. Awesome. And this is $19.95?
$19.95. Now, you don't have to have a red and a white on the table. You can choose just to have white, or you can choose just to have red. But sometimes, with family coming over, different taste buds, some of the family, maybe grandma or grandpa likes to have red wine and your wife likes to have white wine, so you gotta appease everybody and you have both. But this would be one good example of a white wine. Riesling really goes well, and this is Boundary Breaks Riesling number 239.
Speaking of red wines, let's give the next one a try. Our next wine is Red Tail Ridge's 2014 Pinot Noir.
Pinot always looks so pretty in the glass. You're really going to impress your guests when they come over. It has a really great bouquet. It's got a kind of almost like a stem on the grape component to it. Like they left the stems on. Not sure if they did, but it smells like they did. So it's got a green nose to it. It's got that vegetable component that I always like to call it,
the vegetable component or herbal component, if you will.
Component.
I get some red fruits in there also, but nothing that's overly sweet, more like a currant or something like that on the nose.
And there's a light cherry nose to it, but not a deep dark cherry.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of dryness on the mouth, but it's nothing terrible. And if you're having any kind of meat at all, of course, for dinner, you're not even going to notice any kind of dryness in your mouth. This is just going to be very, very refreshing and complement the meal. There's a tart cherry.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I get the red currant in there again. Maybe like a blackberry. You know how sometimes blackberries can be sweet, but they can also have kind of that tartness to it. And this is another great point, is actually you want to have some fruitiness to the wines that you pair with Thanksgiving dinner, but you don't want them to be crazy sweet. You want some balance of acidity and fruit in there at the same time.
Right, you don't want the wine to dominate the meal. You spend a lot of time and probably a lot of money on your turkey. You want that to shine. Well, those are 2 selections that we think would work really, really well for your Thanksgiving dinner. Red Tail Ridge's 2014 Pinot Noir, it's $22.95, and then Boundary Breaks number 239, it's a dry Riesling, and that was $19.95.
Yeah.
One thing that you're going to want to consider if you're putting these wines on your table, or any wines, whether they're white or red, is have the appropriate stemware, and that might mean that you have to put a white wine glass and a red wine glass at every place setting.
Yeah.
But go ahead and do it.
It's worth it. It's totally worth it. Take those friends and family and have them help you with washing the glasses afterwards. It's nice to have different types of wine at the table and try different things. Be creative. Be adventurous. It's worth it.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope you enjoyed our video. I'm David.
And I'm Leah. And this is Wine Forecaster.